think it's happening. I think the live is happening. Oh, baby. How are you? Today is July the 6th, 2023. I'm your host, Alex Kenzie. You are joining the Friendship News Hour, and today we have our very good friend with us, Mr. Rager, Michael Lopez. How are you, sir?
Hello. I'm good. How was your 4th?
It was good. I didn't lose any fingers, but I didn't do anything either. I was sick.
Are fireworks legal up there?
No, Illinois, they're illegal. But people drive up, over to Indiana and buy them and go fucking crazy with them, bro. That's one thing that I was like so happy about moving out to the burbs is that we escaped it, because on the south side of Chicago, those motherfuckers bang, bro, all hours.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but every time 4th of July, it's like you have some patriotic like post, and then you have some dude just going ham with fireworks. Did you see all the people shooting at like cops and shit? No. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
What the hell?
There was one, I think there was one in Minnesota. He was shooting a Roman candle at the cops. And I was like, this is not going to turn out well. Ugh. And then obviously there's like ones that are like thrown in cars and they fucking blow up, or like they're trying to shoot it off and it lands inside the house. When I was a kid, I used to think it was lame that they were illegal in California, because they've been illegal as far as I know. But it's just an explosive that you have no control of the trajectory or anything like that.
Yeah, man. And I feel like you see stories every year, like NFL player loses finger, blows up hand, like people. I don't know.
And then he wins the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
he wins the Super Bowl.
He did win the Super Bowl.
8 fingers. Or 7.
But no, I didn't do shit. I got sick, man. I got some like stomach virus, maybe like Sunday night, Monday morning, and it just kind of had me on my ass all Monday and Tuesday. So I didn't do much of anything except watch a bunch of HBO and different television networks.
Nice. Did you watch The Sledgehammer?
No. See, I'm going, and I plan on it. I saw him perform this hour.
I saw him around the same time. I think it was last year in November. And some of the sets were similar. Mm-hmm. Like the one about him showering with his son. He has that in there.
Is it in there?
Yeah, but I want to say it's a lot of it's different.
Okay.
At least I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it, because he was good. Like, I saw him. Now it's been like a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, bro. He did that I'm Coming Everywhere tour and literally had like 200 plus shows during this tour, like ridiculous.
Yeah, he said he had like 300 on a.
Was it 300? Yeah,
like
bro.
Like 300 total shows.
So I can't even imagine like how polished that hour is.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for that, man. So yeah, I definitely need to catch that. But no, what I watched this weekend, man. I watched. We finished Dave. Watched season 2 of Dave, or season 3, whatever that new one was.
That.
Pretty good. Your boy Drake's in there, so we got that. But that's a good show, man. That's a show that honestly surprised me. Like, I thought it'd be like, oh, cool, Lil Dicky, funny rapper. He's gonna make a funny show. But like, it actually it has some hidden scenes, bro. Like, they're talking on some real shit sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, it's well written. I like that.
I saw that episode where Gaeta breaks down about like his like sex addiction and his like mental health. I was like, man, that's kind of heavy. But no, he has a bunch of heavy topics, and it's a nice little. I don't want to say like a perspective into his life, but I'm sure like a lot of this shit's kind of like true, or reminds him of like some situations he's been in.
Yeah, whoever's writing, like it's coming from a real place somewhere. Yeah,
like the Rick Ross episode was pretty funny.
Yeah, with Killer Mike. He was all worried about Killer Mike fucking with him.
Yeah, but another good show that's on Hulu at least is The Bear. That's a great fucking show.
That was the next one I was gonna get to. Me and Sarah, we watched like 6 or 7 episodes this week of the new season. Such a good show, dude.
Addicted? Dude, so good.
Addicted. Sarah gets like grossed out for some reason by like some of the food shots. I don't know why. Like,
oh, really? That's
maybe it's like a pregnant thing and it's like grossing her out or something, but she like, for some reason that messes with her. But like, I love it. I'm a foodie, and I love how perfectly they've brought like the chaos of a kitchen. And I've never worked in like a high level kitchen or anything, but I worked in pizza places. I worked and it is. It's just like, let's go. And when like it's like really busy, it's just a madhouse in there, and they capture that perfectly in the show. Like, I don't know how they capture like the anxiety of that. you know?
Yeah, it's well written. And just it's like the perspective of. I love how the first season. This is how I took it. The first season was about kind of like the restaurant industry, and like you said, in the back house. So it was like mostly about the kitchen, and the kind of characters were like second nature,
right?
Because every kitchen kind of has these like chaos and characters and stuff like that. And then the second season is mostly like diving into like each character and like what their lives are like and why they're in the restaurant industry or like to cook or whatever. I think it's well written. I think solid characters. I love the development of what's the one guy who cousin? What's his name?
Oh,
I forget his name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I love the development of him. How he's like he's like lost in the sauce and doesn't know like who he is as a person. Then he just gets it. He like.
Well, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm only 7 in, so don't tell me.
Yeah.
But the way they write the characters in is cool, and I love I agree. Yours was like that. You're right. The first season was like very kitchen focused and just like the aspects of the restaurant, and like now they're even getting into like as they open their own like the idea behind like owning and managing one, but also like building something like that. And it takes me back to when we built the studio and just like the never ending list of what it seemed of like shit that has to get done to go into that. And we didn't even like stick to all the permits and all the shit that they're really doing. Yeah. And even then it was nuts. So it's just that chaos is a very familiar thing to me. I know that too well.
Yeah. And I feel like everybody like on the basis understands that opening a restaurant, you know, likely it's just a bad investment, you know, and it's like up to you to like really withstand and like source everything and just be well at the restaurant business. But yeah, it's a fucking great show. Have you watched the episode with Christmas dinner yet or whatever?
Yeah, we just watched that one last night. That was chaos, bro.
Heavy,
There's some great fucking cameos
heavy. Though. Dude, oh yeah, fucking John Mulaney's in there.
Yeah, Bob Odenkirk was in there. Sarah Paulson.
He was good.
Speaking of John Mulaney, his wife Olivia Munn is in a show I just finished on Max called The Newsroom with Jeff Daniels.
Are they married?
Yeah, isn't that unbelievable?
I thought he was like a cocaine addict, and then he divorced his old wife, and then he was dating Olivia Munn like right after some shit.
They married, and I'm pretty sure they got a kid. Like I'm positive they have a kid actually. But yeah, she's in a show, an older show from like 2014 or some shit, like mid 2010s, and it's with Jeff Daniels, and I never like seen it, never really heard about it, and I stumbled onto it on there, and it's like actually a really good, well written show. It's written by the dude that did The West Wing. So if you're looking for
really?
If you're looking, it's like just like a good, and they talk about real stories. Like the very first story on there is the BP oil spill. That's like the first day on the job for whoever. It goes through a bunch of different things, elections and different just cool stories, like the Boston Marathon. Now that's a cool story, but the bombing of it, like it's just like the coverage from the newsroom, how they're getting their sources and like putting the show together. And Jeff Daniels is just like a great actor.
I watched that 4-part documentary. I think it came out like a couple months ago about the Boston Marathon bombing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, there's a movie about it, and it's hilarious because you think Hollywood's like going out of bounds with everything, but it's like kind of spot on
really
of what the actual events. Yeah, like they had a shootout fight with fucking cops in like a nice neighborhood in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of Boston, and they're throwing pipe bombs at the cops. It's
oh my god! Crazy. Isn't that like one of the first like just like stories events where like it kind of was helped,
like live?
Yeah, and was kind of like helped solved by social media a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's what they mentioned. That was that there's a lot of social media posts that were like, if you have any information on these people, and they like kind of spotted with like not only like surveillance cameras outside of like CVS or whatever, but also like people would be like, oh, that's so and so. I know exactly who that is.
That's crazy to think about, man. How social media is like changing and getting more and more into all that stuff. And then you see, I don't know much about it. I know we were talking about it a little bit before the show, but this new, let's add another one to the soup of social medias. A new one called Threads came out today from Meta.
Threads.
Do you know much about it? Have you used it?
So I was on Twitter per usual. That's like my favorite site.
That's your thing.
And Mark Zuckerberg went viral on a tweet. It was just a picture of the two Spider-Mans pointing at each other. So I'm like, what the fuck? Uh-huh. And then I started to see this thing called Threads. I'm like, what the fuck is Threads? So like, oh, and then I listened actually to Gary Vee tweeted about it, and he did a video. He's like, you know, you got to download it. He's like, this is a life of business where it's not either or, it's and, you know? So he's like, there definitely can be two very similar platforms. So I downloaded it, and it's fucking like exactly the same like Twitter. Like, it's just Instagram friends Twitter. So what's going to be annoying is when like you're gonna have people who never use Twitter because they just don't understand it, and then they're gonna be on Instagram like, oh my god, Threads is so amazing. It's like fucking. It's the same shit. It's
interesting, dude. It got 30 million users in less than 24 hours. It launched last night, and it already has 30 million users.
It's a perfect storm because I don't know what the fuck Elon's doing, but he said you only could view up to 600 tweets a day. So everybody that's
6,000.
Are you sure 6,000?
It's 6,000, which is honestly in my that's reasonable, bro. That's
I haven't hit a lot. Threshold. I have not hit a threshold yet. So I haven't
here, I'll pull up the Twitter
I thought it was
barriers.
600. But anyways, and then he's saying go outside, spend time more, but that's bullshit. I think he's just trying to make people pay for the subscription to view more tweets and have more access or whatever. It's funny, Black Twitter was going crazy because like the same viral tweets that were like happening like 10 years ago, they're like posting the same shit on Threads and trying to get that viral like thread tweet or whatever it's called.
Oh, really?
You're like, dude, it hasn't been 24 hours. Leave it alone.
I'm going to have to like use some old Friendship News Hour videos and try to generate some buzz, I guess. So you can do like content because Instagram like is their platform already. You can post pictures. You can post like links and like descriptions. So what makes Threads that much different?
So well, it's just the Twitter algorithm. It's mostly like you have more access to more information, right? Because there's just more content. And it's not necessarily media content. You could just post a tweet and leave or have an idea. Usually it's useful for like politics or anything like that. Sports, usually the first thing that comes out, it's like usually on Twitter, like something fucking crazy happened. But my thing is like, I understand that Meta is a little bit more conservative with like policies. So I'm curious of, because that's one of the, I think the things that's going well for Twitter is that they, especially when Elon took over, kind of it's like the Wild West, like anything goes. I mean, there's some privacy content, but I'm curious to see how that will affect Threads.
Yeah. I think you're right. So I was wrong. So if you have like the basic account, they've tiered how they limit what you can see. So if you have like the basic account, it is 600 per day, which still, bro, if you've gone like this on your phone and looked at 600 motherfucking posts in a, you're not even awake 24 hours of the day, 16 hours a the day. You're good on one social media platform. Like there's other ones you can use. And now it's gone up to 1,000. So that it did go from 600 to 1,000 after like the blowback. Oh, really? And basically they think if like you have to have more than 1,000 views, if you have like the Blue subscription, Twitter Blue, what is that, $6 a month or something like that? Then you get you can view 10,000 tweets daily. Yeah. Or 8. Okay. Then you can look at 10,000.
I get both sides. Maybe it's a knight in shining armor. Maybe, it's just get off your fucking phone. But at the same time, I understand the other side of the coin is like, why the fuck would you limit it from the get-go? Like, why would you do that? It wasn't, like that 2 days ago. Why now? I think it's just a business move.
That's true.
I think it's a business move.
I mean, make people invest into the platform, though. I guess that's the best way to keep making it better.
He's trying to get that $40 billion back, bro. He's got to do it somehow.
Oh, man. So that's interesting. I guess we'll see how that goes. I mean, the way people are on social media, I'm sure it'll get eaten up. I just don't, in my head, and I guess got to get my hands on it and use it. I don't see what separates it that much from obviously what's there with Twitter already, kind of what Instagram is already doing, and also like Reddit. Like it kind of seems like it's trying to be Reddit and Twitter at the same time. Yeah. But they kind of already do their own thing. Like why do you? I just don't see how that differentiates enough to stay successful. Or maybe it becomes a thing and puts the other one out of business, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, there's like certain kinds of people that have like more of a reach on Instagram. So maybe this is just a easier way to like get viral again.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, we started a little late today because somebody was going hard at the gym. So now you got to fill me in on your workout. What were you getting into?
Back, bro. Got my back blown out.
Back day. Pause.
I do lower back. I do deadlifts first. And then I do like upper back. So I don't I think motherfuckers are crazy that do back squats and then go from back squats to deadlifts. Like, you are a lunatic. The two most important workouts by far, but it's just like there's so much stress.
Ah, you're missing rows, bro. Rows are very important for back. If you do dumbbell rows under control, bro, you are doing a lot of work on your back.
I did lower back, deadlifts, and then I was a little fatigued today. So I usually hit cardio first. I usually do like 10 to 15 minutes on the Stairmaster. Or if I'm doing upper body, I'll usually run 2 or 3 miles beforehand.
Okay. What you running 2 or 3 miles at these days?
8.5
per mile.
Per mile.
So what is that? That's 17.
Well, like 17 for 2, and then like 25.5 for 3.
Okay, I've been training for this little 6 mile race I'm doing, and I ran 2 miles this morning in 17:45. I was pretty proud of that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Right at 2:40, bro. That's fucking great.
That's pretty good. I don't know what it is. I was telling Frank this. It was like, it's funny how we nearly have to kill ourselves in order to feel better about ourselves. Like, that's just, it's so fun.
It's so, but it's like the best high, like just the high, like not even running, but like just working out, like the feeling you get after that is like indescribable, bro. I don't know.
The best feeling is when you're like dragging feet to the gym and you don't want to do it. And you're just like, fuck, I got to. And then you just like hit a little spark, a little fuel, and you're like, fuck yeah, now I'm feeling it. Feel motivated. I feel better about myself.
Right. And isn't that weird how like then that'll make you make better choices throughout the rest of your day with like, even I find like time management, but like also food. Like I'll eat if I work out early, I'm just like in that healthy mindset the rest of the day. I feel good. I want to keep feeling good and not like heavy. So I'll eat better all the time.
True. I feel like there's a balance. There's also those times, since there's like a bar right by here, I'll drive home from the gym and I'm like, I deserve a beer. It's just, you gotta,
I feel you.
You gotta do wins and losses. They can't all be winners, you know?
On some of the long run days, I'll be like, all right, I earned pizza for lunch today, so fuck it.
And that's the best thing about different kinds of people. Like, obviously we have a goal, wake up and like we want to be 32 and have a 6-pack or whatever like that. But some people just want to work out and be able to do whatever they want. Like if they want pizza, they have to earn it, and that's up to them too.
That metabolism starts slowing down more and more as we get older, bro. So I have to, like, my fat ass, bro, like the way I'm seeing it, it's like if I don't stay active for at least 4 days a week doing tennis, running, some kind of light lift, like something, I'm gonna be putting the weight on quick, bro.
100%. You got to keep on top of it, and I feel like that's the hardest part. Is just maintaining that process.
I'm glad to see you doing it still, though, because I kind of thought like it was just like a pre-wedding, getting your body right, and it seems like you kind of have stuck with it now for a while.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted to fit inside of a nice suit, but after that it was kind of like fluctuating, just going up and down. But this time I think it's I was asking I think I asked my brother-in-law this. I was like, is it just me, or when you found out like you're expecting a child, did that insult your manhood? In the sense that everybody expecting a child should be a provider, man or woman. You should be able to, have the best opportunity, have the best careers, and provide for your child. I get that.
Yeah.
But what I didn't understand at first was that it was like, holy shit, I'm bringing this kid into this world. Like, I can't be a fucking fat slob, like I have to like get in shape. I want to be able to run with this kid, while I'm 40. And, I have to be a protector for not only, my family, but for this child too. When I was with Pal for so long, I understood, and not to sound sexist or anything, but I understand, there's a certain vulnerability. She was very attractive when we were younger. So I understood, like, I have to kind of be there for her in a time of needs if there's anything that sketchy happens. And I kind of understood that. But when I found out she was pregnant and that belly's growing, I'm just like, fuck, man, like I can't be a little bitch anymore, like I gotta get on top of my shit just in case like shit hits the fan. And that's who I am. I don't know if it's because like I worked in loss prevention for so long, like studying active shooters and shit like that, always looking for an exit and stuff, but I just like, I gotta maintain this, gotta hit it 70 miles and just keep going.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. You like, especially as like if you want to be like a real active dad and like be there for your kid and do sports or whatever, like active, just there. And I feel like all of my friends are like that. Like you gotta have that shape. You're not going to be out there on the soccer field running around at 40 if you're, 300 pounds or some shit like that. So, yeah, it definitely makes you think that way. And, like, for me, it was just like, yeah, I want to be here to see as much as this little fucker's life and, like, what he does is possible. So, like, why not, make some easy changes, cut out some of that shit, that ice cream, that red meat, like, just some of the stuff that was getting me fucking with my cholesterol and whatnot. Like, try to take a break. And I went hard, bro. Leading up to Wally, I was on it hard as fuck. Once we had the kid and like I'm like a year and a half in, I'm still on it 3-4 days a week. I'm not as hard as I was like 5 days a week in the gym lifting like I was when he was like on the way.
Yeah.
But you do what you can, bro. Like that the dad bod does set in a little bit though. There's only so much you can do.
I'll just be happy if I'm 60 and he's like, or like 50 and he's like trying to pump his chest because he's like on the wrestling team. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Old man strength, here it comes.
He could be a tumbler too, trying to get that lift in. Those motherfuckers are yoked, man.
Yeah. No, there's actually 2 days ago I went to the gym with Pal and there's like, this guy must have been 70 fucking doing like muscle poses, fucking yoked out of his mind at like 70.
Steroids.
He must have been like
steroids.
Dude, had to be. I was like, where's the T at, brother? Give me some. He was like, I wish I could have taken a picture next to him. He was like maybe like 260, fucking solid. Back was fucking Arnold status. White hair, balding. I was like, good for you, man.
How does his heart not blow up at that age, bro? That's
a little nerve-wracking. That's also something I've been thinking about is kind of maintaining a natural body weight area because I don't want to be like overweight, even if that means I'm yoked, because I just don't know the longevity of that.
I couldn't see you as a fat man, Mike. I can't envision that in my head.
Oh, I try, dude. I try. Bro, nobody. I love like sweets and fucking all the junk food. Nobody loves it more. This is how skinny fat I was in high school. I used to get so hungry and have a sweet tooth. I used to see like those Pillsbury like cakes. They're in the box. I used to just make a cake and just eat that shit, like half of it.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, shit, funfetti?
I used to put them. Oh, funfetti though. Yeah, bro.
So I'm saying
I used to
it's
put
fun.
them.
It's colorful.
Them Hostess fruit pies. I used to put them cherry fruit pies away, bro. Love them bitches. You ever have those? Like there's a cherry one, there's an apple one.
I was a fan of the apple. Yeah,
they're so bad for you, bro. They're so bad. I used to eat them like 2-3 at a time.
Anything Hostess, bro. I tell Frank this all the time. I was like, bro, there's 29-cent hamburgers and 39-cent cheeseburgers at McDonald's, and they give you a bucket of fries. Like, what the fuck? Like, we lived during that era. That's so bad for you.
Yeah, dude. We lived during the era when fast food was totally unchecked, too, bro. Like, dude, the 90s.
Totally.
Think of Taco Bell and all that. Like, oh, man. I fuck with Taco Bell still to this day, though. But
I fuck with everything. Did I tell you I had a quarter pounder for the first time like 2 years ago? Never had it before.
Dude, it's a
blew my mind away.
Sandwich. With cheese and bacon?
Blew my mind. Oh,
with cheese and bacon?
Sometimes. I do the normal cheese, quarter pounder with cheese. And then I usually put some barbecue sauce on the motherfucker too. Oof, so good.
Okay, little cowboy burger. I feel you. My order these days has shifted to a spicy McChicken. Add cheese. The cheese is essential to a chicken sandwich, I feel, and it complements the lettuce and the mayonnaise quite well. And then I also do the Daily Double, which is a fantastic sandwich that I don't think that they advertise enough. You ever had that?
Nah, what is that?
It's a McDouble, so like a double cheeseburger. But then instead of like the crushed up onions, ketchup, and mustard, which I don't really like that on a burger, it's got mayonnaise, tomato, lettuce, and onion, like whole white onion.
It's like a West Coast style burger.
Exactly, more so than like I just don't like I don't like the combination of mustard, ketchup, onion the way they do it. It's just weird.
People don't understand. It's either or with ketchup and tomato. You either have ketchup and no tomato, or tomato and no ketchup. So it's a cardinal rule.
I agree. It is a cardinal rule. Are you a ketchup on hot dog kind of guy?
Nah, I'm not. I don't swing that way.
You don't swing that way.
I despise people who swing that way, to be honest.
Really? You're team
dog.
Mustard. But what about mixing the two? Can they come together and find common ground?
I like a Chicago dog. I don't mind that because there's just so much going on.
It's too much going on.
Yeah, but like, just give me like mustard, maybe a little bit of grilled onions.
I love some grilled onions on a wiener for sure.
Relish, I don't mind, but it's not my favorite.
I'm a big chili guy. I'm a chili packer on a hot dog.
Pepperoncinis, jalapenos. Give me all. Actually,
okay, how about this? I got accosted by the fellas today while we were playing NBA 2K because I told them that 10 times out of 10 I will take a glizzy over a brat, and they were offended. They did not like that, to hear that. How do you feel?
I get it, because a glizzy, it's familiar, it's nostalgic, I feel like. And some of the best hot dogs, especially at a ballpark game, it's like those hot dogs they just smack extra hard.
Hit.
They just smack.
Hit. Yeah.
Don't know why. But for me, I would there's this German restaurant, it's called Wurstkuchen. It's a brat, and they make some of the best fucking brats with the soft bread. It's hard to beat. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I respect what you're saying.
I'm just not a pork guy. I'm not a sausage pork guy. I'll have bacon, and that's kind of where I draw the line. I don't even have bacon like all that often. But like, I don't like pork and I don't really like pork chops. I don't really fuck with any sausage that's pork. I fuck with like a chicken sausage, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that a hot dog is like a combination of just the grossest shit, like the leftovers from when they were making brats. They're like, yeah, they're like, we'll take that. But it tastes better, bro. I swear to God, it tastes better.
I think it's just nostalgic. It's the same thing when like I'll see like kids eating Eggo waffles, and I'm like, fuck, man, that looks good. But it's not the best, but it's just nostalgic.
It is, yeah, they are good. Those motherfuckers do hit from time to time.
Put a little peanut butter on it.
See, but my problem is I am firm on a clean fridge and a clean freezer. It is a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why. I just like it like well arranged, looking nice. And Sarah will go to the store, bro, and not all at once, but it's almost like every time she goes to the store, she buys a fucking box of Eggo waffles. And then I'll look in my freezer, and there's like 4 to 5 boxes of Eggo waffles. And I'm like, we don't need this many. Stop.
Well, I'd imagine it's for Walter or some shit.
No, it's for her. I mean, she might say it's for Wally, but it's for her, dude. Wally's bought the mini pancakes. He doesn't eat the waffles as much as she does. No way.
Oh, dude, Eggo waffles are a staple.
They're good. I feel it, but I don't think you need 4 to 5 boxes in a household at one time. I feel like you get away with 2, 3 maybe if there's like a special flavor. She does the same thing with fucking cereal, bro. There's 15 to 20 boxes of cereal in our pantry at any given time.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know what else is good on Eggo waffles? Crack or cocaine.
Crack cocaine? I've never tried that on.
I call them the Hunter Bidens.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a like a greeting substance when you walk into the White House these days.
Yeah. It's not on their breakfast menu. It's not powdered sugar. It's a sprinkle cocaine. It's Peruvian. It's the best flake ever, I've been told. So.
Well, I read this morning that contrary to earlier reports, the cocaine that was found within the White House on Sunday was located in a cubby besides the West Executive entrance, which is within a working area of the West Wing and not a public area, as first reported. So now everyone's looking around like, what? Did
you see that video of him just coked out of his mind?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's at the White House. He's on like the balcony, and he's like wiping his nose. He's like putting back his hair. I'm like, oh, he's on a bender, baby.
He's feeling it, bro.
Yeah.
That's, man. It's interesting, dude. I don't know. I don't want to, without like facts, say that it's like Hunter Biden's cocaine, but like it's just wild. Like it always makes you think if this happened when Trump was in there, they'd be already talking about impeachment and shit. And you see a peep of that, bro. Like like before they even had proof that it'd be Eric Trump's or Donald Trump's cocaine or whatever, people would already be going fucking crazy. You'd see it on all the sites, and it's so underreported, bro. And then to hear that, like, what the initial reports were saying was probably just total bullshit that was fabricated. Like, what I read this morning, it said initial reports suggested that the controlled substance was found in a locker in the West Wing lobby, where tour guests often leave personal belongings such as cell phones. However, multiple sources familiar with the investigation told NBC News that the cocaine was actually discovered by Secret Service in the area between the West Executive entrance foyer and a foyer and a lower level lobby, one floor below the main West Wing offices and on the same floor as the Situation Room. Official vehicles such as the vice president's limo park outside this entrance. So it's like come on, bro. Like someone with some stance of something there had some coke on him and either tried to ditch it there or maybe they just, didn't think anyone would fuck with it.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's too convenient, bro. I mean, is there a mustache in Mexico? It's like, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
But like, didn't Hunter, he got like federally charged for something. Like there was some lawsuit that he had to like settle with. I know it was like bullshit compared to the larger allegations, but they
So
are
is,
like looking at him.
I guess he has a kid with a stripper, and it was over some money issues with the mom. He went to court over that, and then he also had like federal gun charges. And I read that it was very similar gun charges to what Kodak Black had. And they're like, this guy gets to walk fucking skate free, and Kodak Black had to spend like a couple years in prison. So
Hey,
I'm not.
Trump got him out though. Trump got his boy out.
Hey man, did you see what Trump
Kodak,
said about the cocaine left in the West Wing?
No, what? Please tell me what he said.
Dude, he said, does anybody really believe that the cocaine found in the West Wing of the White House, very close to the Oval Office, is for the use of anyone other than Hunter and Joe Biden? He continued to say, but watch, the fake news media will soon start saying that the amount found was very small and it wasn't really cocaine, but rather common ground up aspirin, and the story will vanish.
Man.
It's so funny. He was talking shit. He was like that loser Hunter Biden. I was like, fucking... Here comes the gloves, bro.
Dude, when Trump starts pulling out descriptor words, it's so funny to me, bro. Like I don't know if he thinks of that shit on the spot, if he's got a whole team that's like, all right, you know, Swampy Hillary or whatever the fuck he's going, Sleepy Joe, like whatever, like he comes with the hitters, bro. He knows how to talk shit. And I feel like obviously these politicians, like they have their back and forth and they're educated people or whatever, but like they've never really met too many people, at least in the sphere, that are like straight up mudslingers, like businessmen. Fuck you. I don't know. Like he gets in their psyches, bro.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, it's obviously very convenient that all this Hunter Biden stuff's coming out about the Ukraine, the money he got from CCP. Apparently, you know, Joe's in on that. It's clearly the Democrats, the DNC doesn't want him there anymore. They want him out. And they're probably, it seems like they're grooming Gavin Newsom to take the lead. And that's like the worst human being ever, too. Like, he's the politician.
You know far more about that.
Fucking, it's so unreal. They got, I think, over like 4 million votes to try to fucking get him out in California as governor during the pandemic. It obviously didn't succeed because they had to go to like 2/3 of the population to vote him out. But yeah, like nobody in California really likes him. That's... I always tell people, if you're voting conservative in California, obviously your vote doesn't count because it's like you have the 3 major cities, you have LA and San Francisco. It's hard to beat because of those populations. But you also have like Kentucky, like California in the middle, very, very south kind of vibe. It doesn't surprise me that they got like all those votes to try and get Gavin Newsom out, especially during the pandemic. Yeah, so many businesses closed down. They just handled that shit terribly.
I mean, if not this election, next, it'll definitely be... I can't see it being anything other than like DeSantis and Newsom. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else they would do.
Yeah, which is crazy because it's like the polar opposites.
Yeah, they are. I mean, shit, that's how they do it, bro. You got to polarize them to win an election. You got to make the other people hate the other side so much that you have to vote for this person. You know, if you're a decent person, you don't vote for Donald Trump. He's a fucking dirtbag. He hates women. You got to vote, Democrat. And like people that won't even look into anything about the policies and how those policies over decades and decades and decades and all the biggest cities lead to the highest crime, the most imprisonment of people and the shittiest, most fucked up, like impoverished inner city areas. Like people don't think about that. They just think about like, oh, Donald Trump said grab her by the pussy. Yeah, I'm not going to vote for him. And it's both ways. That's just one example. But you have to polarize people these days. And it just sucks. I like a lot of shit that I've heard from RFK Jr., man. To me, he's more liberal for sure, but like...
But that voice, man.
Got a head on his shoulders.
Are you okay? That voice.
Yeah, the voice, it's going to kill him, man.
I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Drink some water or something. But, I 100% agree.
He had bad vocal surgery or something. Like, he just
I thought he got something.
He's, like, getting better.
Yeah. I was like,
something, and he had to have surgery and, like, couldn't talk at all. And, like, finally he's able to do it more and more. But that is probably going to kill him in the race. But the fact that you see the DNC, you see them shying away from they don't even want to have a debate with Joe Biden against anybody else. And it's just like, that's pathetic. Like your party looks so weak. The leader of your party looks so much weaker by that. Like you won't take any competition. No other voice can be heard from your party other than the great Joe Biden. It's like, you guys, you're fools, man. You look so dumb.
I don't know what's going to happen, but this might be the first year I vote Republican, man. might be. Like I said, my vote doesn't count, but it's getting a little out of hand over here in California. So I don't know, either that or move out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's every week I'm on here with Frank. He's got a new story about some crazy shit going down there with some new laws. Last week he was talking to me about like how child marriage is legal. Unbelievable to me. I don't understand how that's even a thing.
Just telling Frank during the whole in Glendale, California, where the parents were going against what they were teaching in the schools. And I was like, you fucked up when you have Muslim Middle Easterns teaming up with Christian Middle Easterns, because those motherfuckers have thousands of years of war. And when they're teaming up together for one, it's something's going on. We should just calm down a little bit.
This shit's been going on since the Crusades, bro.
Yeah, listen to both sides, because if they're teaming up together, it's wild.
Oh,
wild.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, let the kids be kids and let the parents be parents. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me ask you a question. As a parent, this just segues into the next story I want to talk about today. How would you feel about if you had a daughter, per se, like I have a daughter on the way? How would you feel about if she was a adult film star?
Yeah, I battle about this every day because I think about that a lot.
Do you empower the woman, like her body, her choice? She does whatever she wants with it, or do you encourage like the morality of not doing the things that come with that whole world? Like how do you approach
Obviously,
that?
Morally, it's wrong. Well, it's not wrong. It's just like you just feel not in a good space about it as a parent. But if she was making like $1 million a month, what the fuck can you say to that? Like what?
Yeah,
right.
Like you've made more than my entire working career.
We're a capitalistic society at the end of the day. Like you're making way more money than anybody will ever know. Like it might be for some kind of tight reason, but yeah. I mean, other than like working in an office and then like your coworkers have seen your daughter naked or even worse, that's fucked up. But like that's your own insecurities at the end of the day. If she's making a killing, she's making a killing. Like, I can't really argue against that. But it sucks when she signs up and she doesn't do anything. And then you're just like, dude, you just gave out your nudes. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Dude,
fuck?
it's so tough. And I bring it up because in the news this week, the host of the No Jumper podcast, Adam22, him and his wife, Lena the Plug, were a lot of the things I was seeing on my Instagram and TikTok feeds.
Oh, dude, he was all over Twitter. They were roasting his ass. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and why they were roasting him is he's newly married to his wife, who happens to be a porn star. And I didn't know this before some investigative journalism that I had to do for this story. But I kind of look back through Lena the Plug's videos to see what she's about, what she's doing. And he's in a lot of them, Adam22, which is gross. That dude's fucking gross looking.
Yeah,
he's
I don't like
He's got like a fucking beer belly. He's just not.
He's just a little, it seemed like he kind of groomed her because she's our age and then he's like 39, 40.
Oh,
yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
interesting.
So it's a little weird. It's why are you messing with these young, girls?
Yeah.
But they do have a brilliant idea for a podcast. They have a podcast where they talk to like an OnlyFans or a pornography star. And they talk to them, and then after they go on their OnlyFans, and then they have like a threesome or whatever. But to my understanding, he's the only like dick essentially, and when she performs or whatever you want to call it.
In my investigative journalism, that's what I saw. It was mainly him and Lena, or him, Lena, and another girl.
Yeah, or they do like girl on girl.
So what happened is he finally let his wife do a porn with another dude. He wasn't even in it. I think he was like in the room watching, cuck style, but like he did it with this very famous African-American porn star named Jason Love. And I mean, just people say he just hits different than what Adam has been doing to her. And he's been getting a lot of shit. And so Adam, he finally put up something, Adam22. He said, "It's officially been a week since I let my wife do a porn with another guy. I felt a little jealous at first, but overall, it wasn't that big of a deal. She's watched me sleep with hundreds of girls, and it's never affected our relationship. Sleeping with that gentleman has been amazing for both her career and our business Plug Talk show. Overall, I'm glad we did it, and I'm happy to report her vagina has returned to its original pre-BBC size." That takes a big dude to write that post, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's reposted some. I don't follow him or Lena because I just think both of them are annoying. But he did repost it and it came on my feed. And he's taking, there's some funny ass memes and he's taking it on the chin. So, I mean, that's.
Yeah. Well, apparently they made like millions and millions of dollars off just this video of her and Jason Love. So he's probably like, I don't go fuck. I'll take the money, you know.
I don't know if you've seen this video. I think it's kind of old, but it's that porn actor, Jason Love. But he's talking about a very similar scenario of what Adam22 and Lena offered to him. And I guess he was like, yeah, and the husband was recording me or recording us, and it was like super awkward. And I guess at the end she was like, do you like that little man or some shit like that? And the husband's like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, dude, some guys love to get cucked, bro, for sure. That's a weird one to me, bro. That's up there with like feet. I'm not into feet either. I think that's disgusting. But some people, dude, it's just a kink's a kink, man. Like some guys just want to see their wife get fucking dick down, man. You can't. I don't think you can kink shame. There's way worse kinks than that. But I could never do it. Like I put a post or a poll on our Facebook Live. Could you date an adult, or marry an adult film star? Everyone's saying no. Like there's no way I could do it. I couldn't know how many times she's probably already been run through. Like I know my sex with her and shit would be great because she's so seasoned and all this stuff. But like you would never know if she's faking it. You know, you have no idea. Like she's like the most well-trained actress in that art. Like you would never know. Like so I just couldn't mentally get my head around how much dick she's run through and just all this shit and knowing that she's going to do that more while we're married. Like I just couldn't.
And honestly, it's not their fault. It's just our insecurities at the end of the day. 100%.
It is. You're right. You're totally right. It is. But like, I feel like that violates everyone's marriage is different, but I feel like when you sign up to be married, that like violates like what it means to be married in a way. But I mean, like, your marriage is your own, and obviously there's open marriages. So, like, that's just what they're doing. That's totally cool. Just, I can't wrap my head around something in my programming is like, nah, fam.
Yeah, my thing is, like, I don't get it either. I've thought about, like, that. I've thought about, like, weird shit all the time. But, like, one of those is, like, how do you respect your, like, wife or your significant other? Or how does your wife respect you? Like, how does that... Because, like, if you do it with somebody you're, like, trying to have fun with, orgy, I can wrap my head around that. Like, oh, okay, you guys are just using each other to have fun. I get it. And then the same thing, you have like the dudes that like, getting up the butt by their wife, and I don't get it either.
I don't get that either.
You're playing with lines here, guy. Like why? What's the difference between that and like another dude on dude? And they're like, oh, it's a big difference. It's like I don't understand that.
I don't see it. I don't see the difference, bro. I don't know. Just because it's your wife doing it to you,
if you're
going to
do it, fucking do it. Stop being a little bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking... It's just weird. It's weird.
But, bro, a kink's a cake, man. I can't hate. I don't know. It's just, I don't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it. So, I could never. If it was my daughter, like, I don't know how I'd feel, bro. I don't. I have to be cool. Like you said, I feel like capitalism wins at the end of the day, and I'm not even religious, so I can't even like claim some kind of high ground over it. I watch porn, so like, how can I hate on that industry? You know what I'm saying? Like,
can you imagine being at like the Thanksgiving dinner table and she's like, "Yeah, I make $1.5 million this month," and you're like, "I'm so disappointed in you." Like, what the fuck?
But like, think about it. Like, you probably have like creepy uncles or like whoever.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
saw your video.
That's the worst part of it. But that's not something you just got to get over, dude. Like, fuck, I don't know.
It is.
I'll cry when she buys me a fucking yacht. How about that? I'll cry on my fucking yacht.
Yeah. For sure. But I also feel like, and I don't know, because in the days of OnlyFans, it seems like they do very, very well. But like before that, like I know a lot of those girls got really taken advantage of by like where they would make like a decent amount of money for a little bit, but then like see no royalties long term. So like I know like I think it was a Bella Danger got like fucked like that really hard where she made all this money at first, or maybe it was Mia Khalifa. But then, like, once she made her money for the initial shoot,
those are sad.
Yeah, she made like no money off the royalties, and these videos are getting tens of millions of hits online, and you're seeing none of that, and it's like you're just literally exploiting me for, my body and blah, blah, my skills or whatever, and it's like that's fucked up. But now that you have OnlyFans, it's like they can monetize infinitely, and they do. Like the I see some receipts online of tens of thousands of dollars a month that these people, men and women, are making.
Yeah, and that's been proven. I feel like, not to sound sexist again, but when there's a man in control behind the scenes, it usually doesn't end up well for the woman. So I think the woman has to be in power of everything if she's going to go that route. I think that's the healthiest way possible. I mean, just look at the Andrew Tate situation. I don't know exactly what's going on, but he's being essentially being charged with taking advantage of OnlyFans models.
I've seen it, and I thought he got off for it, but then I saw that he got like recharged. Like, how does that happen?
They're trying to say that he forced them to do stuff, but I don't think it's necessarily that. I think he was just ripping them off. I mean, it makes sense. Gotcha. He's kind of a douche.
Yeah. He kind of is a douche, bro. Has some good points here and there.
He's funny. He's funny. I thought it was a character. Like your mom's podcast is like the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because if you see him, he's kind of laughing, so I think he's like a character. But like as time goes on, he's like doubling down. I'm just like, yeah, man, you're not gonna win, dude.
Oh, dude, it's super tough. Another crazy thing. Have you heard about this movie Sound of Freedom that's coming out or came out?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Jim Caviezel's in it. It's produced by Mel Gibson. Yeah, and it's getting no publication, which is very head scratching. You would think a movie that's touching on something like as such a big issue would definitely, for how we like kind of like politicize certain topics, especially on one party, how they really will lean into a lot of this kind of shit. When race is involved and so many other things, like, global warming. There's a fucking Netflix movie about global warming that was terrible. All the publications in the world, and a movie that comes out here about the child sex circles and slavery, basically, and you hear peeps. There's nothing. I can go see this at 2 theaters around my house right now, which is insane.
Al, where's the Epstein list? Where is the fucking list, bro? That's all we want. Give us the fucking list. Get these pieces of shit out of here. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, I think the pieces of shit are...
You know why? Because it's going to be Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, everybody's in on it. Everybody.
Bill Gates. It's going to be all the biggest people that like control everything. That's why you don't hear about it.
I heard that apparently like conspiracy theories are very popular these days, because I think they're more popular now these days because with the media you don't know what's true or not, so then that gives legs to conspiracies. And I honestly don't know what's real anymore. I just found out that Tom Hanks is apparently a pedophile.
Oh, that happened at the beginning of COVID. He got exposed a little bit, bro. He fled the country.
They said the reason why he was in Australia because he got arrested or some shit like that. And then I guess he was at a premiere and people were chanting he's a pedophile, so he had to leave. Weird shit, man. I really hope not. I fucking love Tom Hanks.
Good actor, but I believe it. I'm not going to lie. If they can take away one of my favorite actors, what's the name of that dude from House of Cards? I fucking loved him, bro. Kevin Spacey from in K-Pax. Such a good fucking movie.
Sosa, what's his name in the movie?
Sammy? Oh no, but in K-Pax, bro, he has so many great roles. But yeah, I mean, he was a dirtbag, and they got it, dude. I bet you so many of them are. I'd be willing to bet it. So many of them are. These Harvey Weinsteins, Bill Cosby's. These aren't like random few people, bro. It goes so much deeper, and it's just they're gonna find different ways to control different things and make sure these things don't get out, but. In time, time reveals all. So these people, I feel like, are definitely all going to get exposed at some point. Whether they're alive still or not, it will be to be seen.
But is the plot of this movie pretty much like an underground pedophile ring by like the 1% or whatever?
Yeah, it's based on a true story about like an agent who like was looking into this and like I think like ended up I don't know too much. My brother just watched it yesterday, and I still need to watch it myself. But like I think ended up like losing his job in the CIA or some high up government agency because he was like going after this, and they kind of like pushed back, obviously, and whatnot. It's getting really good reviews, but obviously it's getting some bad reviews too because they're going to pay for some bad publicity, for sure. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to see it. There's no way I'm not going to see it. I'm shocked this movie got made. I've heard stories of a documentary that Chester Bennington, Anthony Bourdain, and Chris Cornell were all working on, and they all mysteriously woke up dead within the same calendar year. It's like, the powers that be are trying to stop this shit. So the fact that this even got made and released is kind of shocking to me. I think the way to watch it, if you don't go see it in a theater, is to like stream it through the website that they have, and you like basically like buy a ticket. I'm sure they couldn't get any streaming services to host this for them. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. There's a story about Sacha Baron Cohen. I think he was doing that show on HBO where he's like a character, and he like, or was it Showtime, and he interviews people. But anyways, I guess he like uncovered some like almost sex ring in like Vegas, and he like sent it to the FBI. He's like, dude, you guys need to look into this shit.
Really?
I want to see if that's true.
Interesting. I'm reading now that says that how big of a business that child trafficking is. It brings in $32 billion annually worldwide is what they estimate based on the number of missing people. Every year, some 1 to 2 million children, women, and men become victims of human trafficking, while the traffickers make anywhere between $4,000 to $50,000 per person trafficked. And that's how they get to those numbers of 32 billion plus. To put that into a frame of reference, the entire airline industry, all of the airlines, brought in a revenue of $206 billion last calendar year. So almost a quarter, wouldn't that be, right? Yeah, about a little less than a quarter of all the airlines that fly every single day. Probably, I would guess close to, this is so hard to guess, but like, let's say maybe like 15,000 to 20,000 flights a day would be a guess. I'm curious how many commercial flights per day. Jesus. But basically an industry that has, this says roughly 100 to 115,000 commercial flights every single day. And this industry in sex trafficking is making a quarter of that. That's very concerning. It is something, and if we even have this information, there's probably way more of it going on and at higher costs. So it's something that needs to be addressed. Yeah, it's terrifying. And you can sympathize with this as having a kid, about to have a daughter. Like, something like this is like really fucking with me, man. Like, something you really got to keep an eye on and always know where your kid is, be holding their hands, get the leash out, I guess. I don't know. I never thought I'd have to think about the leash in public.
Fucking just start turning super conservative and live by the Second Amendment right. And start learn how to load a gun at 4 years old, son.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man. It's nuts. Yeah. It's fucking nuts. So I'm glad to see a light's being shined on it. Hopefully it starts a bigger conversation and more of these scumbags get, shed the light on, get exposed, get canceled, whatever that means these days.
But into a lighter note, I heard you saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I did. I finally saw the first one, like fucking 4 years after it came out, I think.
So it took like 4 years to make it, so it's okay.
Okay, that's fair. I gave it a year it was a respect thing, really, more than anything. But I liked it a lot, man. I love the animation style.
You're crazy.
Yeah, nuts. Never seen anything like that. I could see why it took so long to make. And I love animated superhero shit. Like, I literally just watched the new Batman one that came out on Max called something about Doom, which was honestly actually like one of my least favorite Batman animated things because it started to get into supernatural shit. And Batman ain't about that, bro. Batman's about the real.
Is he trying to like battle his inner sexuality?
No,
what it's about?
No, he's not. He's not. But it just, I don't know. It wasn't a normal Batman thing. I wasn't a huge fan compared to the other animated Batman shit I like. But regardless, we're not here to talk about Batman. The Spider-Man thing I thought was like really original, and I love to see them do like a new take on it. And I guess they kind of just like scratched the surface on this multiverse kind of thing in this movie. And I think it's obviously the next one, you've described it to me already, is just going to be like a shit show of that. So I'm excited to see the next one.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but so much to see coming out. We've already talked about it, but Oppenheimer and Barbie coming out on the same day in just like another 15 days, 2 weeks from now. You got the savior of cinema, as you would say. Tom Cruise is dropping the new Mission Impossible 7. Says he's gonna try to make them for 20 more years and be 80 in action movies, just like our boy Harrison Ford just did with Indiana Jones. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Tom Cruise.
He could do anything, man. He's a fucking vampire, I'm pretty sure.
No,
you don't think that motherfucker done some weird shit though, bro?
Oh, for sure.
Come on. The Church of Scientology's got to be doing some nuts shit with kids, I would guess.
The character of American Psycho, fucking, what's his name?
Christian Bale's character.
Apparently that character is based on Tom Cruise.
I totally believe it. Totally believe it. I think I saw an interview too that said like
that soulless look, and he's just like, Yeah, fuck
with dead
that.
eyes. Yeah, right,
that.
dude.
I'm good.
I totally could see it, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Tom Cruise, Scientology in general, because I think isn't that like where a lot of that shit started, where they were like draining kids of whatever that endochrome fluid is or whatever, and they're trying to steal their youth. And
apparently it's working, Al. Apparently it's working.
Dude, he looks great. He looks good. I can't shit on the man. He looks great.
Fucking doing his own stunts.
Katie Holmes. She was from Toledo, man. Also in the original Batman movie, but got recasted. So Tom Cruise is probably pulling strings after the divorce.
Makes sense. Can't have Katie Holmes succeed. She's from Toledo. Got to put them in their place, Al. Got to put them in their place.
LeBron James, he's close enough to Toledo, man. It's about an hour 45 from us, so we'll take it. We'll take it. I'm excited. Tomorrow we get to see the premiere of Victor Wembanyama in the NBA, man. I can't wait to see him ball. I think it's gonna
stick figure,
dude. I think it's gonna fail terribly. I hope it doesn't because I love, dude. If Zion Williamson can't survive in the NBA and even get a full season, and how the fuck is the stick man gonna do it?
Jumping 15 feet in the air and he's like 250.
But bro, once you play some real D, pause on this dude,
and he's slinging the dick, bro. Slinging the dick.
Once this dude Victor runs into some real motherfucking big men, bro, that are gonna like a Jokic or some people are gonna give him trouble. Bam, I'm out of bio. He's not gonna be able to do the little. I get that his jump shot is at an area where you can't defend it, but like that dude Bol was supposed to be. He's the exact same build as this dude almost. He's not as talented, I don't think.
Can you imagine if Cousins was in his prime and he was playing against Victor?
Exactly. Yeah.
Body.
So I don't know. I want to see it. I don't want to shit on him before his career's even started. It'd be cool to see, but I just can't see. I can't see him having a long career. Maybe he'll play well for a few seasons, but I just can't see him sustaining that longevity.
There's that other kid too. Was it Chet Holmgren or whatever his name is?
The dude looks like you. He's good too. He could be rookie of the year. He's leading over the odds right now. Actually, you should put some money on yourself, man.
Who sees? Who
Dude,
will know.
Before we get out of here, did you see that Vegas Sphere? It's finally open.
Yeah. See, like why are we doing that?
That is so
sounds
cool.
like such a waste of money. Yeah, so cool until like everybody that's drugged out of their mind in Vegas goes up to it and they think the world's ending.
I love it though that it's a venue. Yeah, dude, the eyeball, the moon, the galaxy ones I've seen, they're crazy, bro. I just love the idea of that venue in general. Like it's a venue meant for like performance, for music. It's not a concert where you go to a stadium. Like a fucking baseball, football stadium is not meant for a concert. They usually sound like shit. It's just not. It's not always the best environment. This is a thing that's like fuck sports. We're not having none of that shit in here. We're gonna do a huge globe where seats go, skyrocket into the sky. Everyone can see the stage, and it's all interactive and all around you, immersive audio. It's like it is such a cool idea, and it's exciting for concerts. So, and it's just an interesting building. I'm excited to go back to Vegas and see it.
See Hans Zimmer there on shrooms.
Yeah,
just
that would be so
completely
much
melt and die. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun.
That'd be a little bit fun. Be a little bit fun.
Not even like 99.9%, just like terrified the entire time. And then at the end, you're like, that wasn't too bad. Let me do that again. Fuck that.
Oh man. Well, I gotta say, I'm surprised we got through like 57 minutes or so without talking about any superheroes on the podcast, dude. That's pretty good for us. That's pretty. Frank will be proud. We talked about Spider-Man at the very end. Very end.
Yeah, it's like an itch, bro. It's my heroin addiction. I gotta, once an hour talk about that shit.
Of course. Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us this week. This was a lot of fun, my friend. Always good to have you on.
Of course.
Anything you want to plug? Got any dates?
I just heard with the up cost of living, Frank had to sell his kidney, guys, so that's why he couldn't be here. So
he's in post-op right now.
Doing. We're all praying for him. He knows what he's doing, but as long as it's sterile, we trust those doctors in Tijuana, Mexico. So that's all that matters.
Exactly. He's in good hands. He's in great hands.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you guys want to shoot us anything, you could, or find our information, already have our stuff online. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore, but you can find us on Twitter at FriendshipNH, blue checkmark verified, so we can look at 10,000 posts a day. You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok at Friendship News Hour, and you can always send us an email to bummerdude.media@gmail.com with any thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, feedback. We just started animating some of the parts of this episode, and I'd love to get your guys' feedback on that. Do you like it? Is it corny? Is it better than seeing our ugly mugs on there? You know, does it give it a little bit of lighter feel? We'd love to hear what you think, so let us know. Comment on the video, shoot us an email. It's all good. We'd love to hear from you. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, Michael. And we will see y'all next week.